Party. The other party a comedy like them want for a coming movie. We vote NRP, the performance party. The other party a comedy like them want for a coming movie. Vote, 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 vote. Who have the green flag them? Oh, yeah. So show me your one if you're voting. Show me your one if you're voting. For NRP you know we're voting. Sister Janice you know we're voting. Voting, voting, voting. Oh, la, 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 la. Hey. Oh, yeah. I'm voting for NRP, the performance party. The other party a comedy like them want for a coming movie. NRP, they pant up again. I got this feeling, wonderful feeling. Keep the faith and keep on believing. We overcome this stress one day. Nervous Reformation Party. NRP, Sister Janice, we voting.
She came out the future. She's your candidate. With Jaedee, life I get better. She had
1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, we're in business. Hamilton, good night. NRP people, good night. Hamilton people, good night again. Energies in your area. The NRP campaign comes to Hamilton tonight to continue to spread the good word that change is on its way. We want to tell you tonight that if you're not hearing me so well, come out your house. We're right up here. Come near, come near, come near. If you can't hear me too well, come out the house. And if you could hear me, still come out the house. We want to see you, and we want to feel your energy. We've got the full slate of candidates here tonight to support the area representative and the next parliamentary representative for St. Paul's, Jaedee Caines. And so we want to kick off tonight by asking one of your own to come very briefly and to give a formal endorsement before we get into the meat of the matter and before we bring on the candidates to share with you. We are going to welcome President of the most dynamic youth arm on the island of Nevis, Miss Senator Willett, to come and do an endorsement of our candidate.
Good night, NRP people. Good night, the people of St. Paul's, and more specifically, the good people of Hamilton. I am Senator Willett, a proud member of the Hamilton community. I am here tonight to lend my voice to endorse the area candidate, Miss Jaedee Caines. Jaedee has served as a member of the community, and she has served the community with distinction. Jaedee
interprimary, I think my most vivid memories of Jaedee is the energy that she brings. And sometimes I wonder if she's in the race herself. We know Jaedee to be someone who is dynamic, someone who is very purposeful, someone who understands what she is about and sets out to achieve it. And so when Jaedee became a part of this NRP team, we know that Jaedee is going to accomplish what she set out to do, which is to become the parliamentary representative of St. Paul's come December 12th. I ask the people of St. Paul's and the people of Hamilton in particular to ensure that Jaedee goes to Parliament. Do you remember when Jaedee had her launch? You remember when Jaedee had her launch? What do you remember from that night? Jaedee said, I'm going straight to Parliament. And she has not changed course since then. And on December 12th, we're going to be here in Hamilton celebrating because she is going to be victorious. And she's going to go straight to Parliament. Now, why are we here? Why are we here? NRP with a slate of predominantly women candidates. Because we recognize that where Nevis is today is not a good place. And we understand that it takes courage. Because when some people say, CCM can't be beaten, who came forward? Who came forward? The women of NRP came forward and said, not this time. We are going to make sure that Nevis returns to a place of peace, progress, and prosperity. And so I'm saying to you, bang them already, we're going to bang them again. We must understand that we in NRP, we have what it takes. We did it before, and we're going to do it again. And you can remember in the 1970s, when NRP was formed, it was because of the struggles that the people of Nevis were experiencing. And NRP being a party of compassion and caring and wanting to make life better for the people of Nevis came forward. We can remember back in the 1980s when we had the great economic recession, and NRP again came to the rescue. Here we are in 2022, and we have another major crisis, which is the failure of the CCM administration. And NRP is here again to rescue Nevis and to put Nevis back onto a path of prosperity. I'm saying to you tonight, CCM has demonstrated that they do not understand what is required to govern a country. They have demonstrated time and time again. And if we simply look right here in St. Paul's, when we look at what is happening to the hospital, how much have we spent? How much money have we wasted? How many of you can remember the old matron and doctor's residence? You remember when that was torn down with intention to rebuild? Have you seen any building there now? It's still coming. It's the only thing that's going to come now is change. When we look at our dialysis equipment, that is gone. Most recently, when we thought we heard as much as we could hear about the failure of the system, we now hear about the geothermal fiasco. We now hear about the geothermal fiasco. A well that was dug sometime before is now abandoned. Must now be abandoned. And so when you do something and you have to do it over again, what does that mean? You're wasting the monies. And so when we recognize that Nevis is not moving forward, it is not because the money has not been coming to Nevis. It is because this CCM government does not understand how to manage the monies. They do not understand how to manage the money, and they keep having to build up, break down, build up, break down. Now geothermal energy, something that means so much to the people of Nevis. And again, we realize that they have squandered the monies there. Now, when we continue to look at how the CCM government has failed the people of Nevis. We just need to look at the fisheries complex that was supposed to be right there at Gallows Bay. $30 million project, already approved, ready to go. And they abandoned that project. For what reason? No reason can be given. And so when you have money brought to Nevis to implement a project, and you do not implement that project, again we are saying too much wastage of monies. Too much wastage of money. And when we see these things happening, and you're not seeing any new jobs being created, then we can understand why Nevis is in the position that it is in right now. And so we say, when you look at $500 million coming to Nevis, and nothing to show, no new job opportunities, $500 million gone, poof, as they said. We must ask, is that the reason why the federal government was broken up? Is that the reason why now we have an NIA that is being questioned with regards to the legality? And I'm saying to you, this CCM government has squandered opportunities, have wasted monies, and have brought Nevis to an all-time low that it is going to take the NRP to make Nevis nice again.
Better days are coming, change your ways.
Now we know that we're living in changing times. We see the impact of the pandemic. We see the impact of climate change. And we know that you must be able to respond to these changes. And this is what NRP is going to bring to the people of Nevis. Because CCM continues to do the same old thing over and over again. Waste money, waste money, waste money. Incomplete project after incomplete project. And we're saying it is a time for that to come to an end.
It's been a long time coming, but I know change won't come. Oh, yes, it will.
What NRP brings to the people of Nevis this time is an understanding of what is required to grow an economy during these challenging times. And so when we look, for example, over to our sister island of St. Kitts, who created the new department, a new ministry of creative economy. We cannot point to anything in Nevis to say that this is something new that has been brought under CCM. And when we look at what is going on with a new ministry that deals with climate action, and we know that that is the major issue right now that is driving global economies, and our government here, the CCM government, has no clue about how to move forward with these types of initiatives. We are saying the people of Nevis struggled for a long time with the high surcharge. And had CCM understood what was required to bring geothermal energy on stream, many of us would have still have some savings in our bank accounts today. But time after time after time, mistake after mistake, wastage after wastage, and we the people are responsible for paying for these mistakes. We understand that now is a time when times are hard, people are struggling. And when we look at our single mothers, for example, struggling to find a job, which they cannot find on Nevis easily, must travel over to St. Kitts, must find daycare services for their children. And there is no concern, no programs put forward by this government to ensure that these matters are addressed. I am saying to you, your NRP government would understand what it is when people are struggling, and understand what it is to rise up to provide assistance to help our communities. Now, we know that in order for decisions and policies to be made that is going to impact the people that it is necessary to impact, you must have a voice around the table. And when we look at what is happening, to our single mothers, to our youth, when we look at what's happening to our young men, nobody is paying attention to what is required to create good opportunities for them. And so I'm saying, we have come to the time where we must understand, the people of Nevis are ready for a change. They are ready for a change. They are ready for new ideas. They're ready to take Nevis in a new direction with the NRP, because we cannot continue in the direction in which CCM is taking Nevis. And so I'm saying, it is time now. We know, right here in number 1, we know Jaedee Caines. We know that Jaedee Caines has what it takes to become the next parliamentary representative for St. Paul. We know that when we go over to constituency number 2, the doc with the prescription, creating all kind of problems, all kind of pressures. We gone up to number 3, and the man with the plan who people of Gingerland have been waiting for. They have been waiting for someone who cares and who understands. And they have that in Mr. Rohan Isles. Over in number 4, have yours truly, who understands that we're living in changing times. And when you're living in changing times, you must make adjustments. We must be able to diversify our economy. We must be able to create innovative jobs. We must be able to keep our children apace with the technology that is required. And I can assure you, as the next Premier of Nevis, we will return to a time where we can be proud to be Nevisians. We will return to a time when we have job opportunities in abundance. We will return to a time when the people of Nevis can find jobs in Nevis. Our youth can be gainfully employed. Our education system will be elevated. And I can assure you, when you go over to constituency number 5, the good Honorable Cleon Stapleton Simmons understands, in order for us to move Nevis forward, we must have the necessary legislation in place. Under the CCM government, we're seeing the same thing over and over again. And when you just peep over to St. Kitts, you see the new legislation that is being put in place over there, and nothing is being done here. So I am saying, when you look at the team that NRP is bringing to you, it is a team that is competent, focused, has a clear vision, and understands what is required for us to move Nevis forward. And so, this election, we must make it count. We have heard about people wanting an election for somebody. Do this one for Malcolm. Do this one for Sim Daniel. Do this one for Van Samry. Do this one for everybody else. But I am saying to you, the people of Nevis, this election, this one is for Nevis. This is for Nevis, because we must save Nevis. And we're doing this one for Nevis because we can move Nevis forward. And we're not going to pull on your strings. We're not going to pull on your heartstrings and get you emotional. We're not going to come to you and tell you that St. Kitts is not treating us fairly. We're going to come to you, and we're coming to you with plans and programs that can move Nevis forward. And so for this election, for this upcoming election, make sure that on December 13th, when you see that green motorcade going around Nevis, when you see that green motorcade, make sure that you would have done your part. You would have done your part, because each one counts. each one counts. And I'm saying to you tonight, you may think you'll wait for next time. But your decision on December 12th is going to last for 5 years. 5 years. Unless somebody wants to mash up the government. And we see them making some moves. We see them making some moves with the electoral office, calling an election and not making sure that the electoral commission is in place. Calling election, and you see, they think we don't know that the polls, the results have come in. And they think that we don't know that they're trailing. And because they feel that they could win in the courts, they're trying to do all that they can now to say, well, you know what? This election, NRP won, but it was not a fair election because this was not in place and that was not in place. But guess what? Guess what? Not this time. Not this time. Whatever tricks they want to try, they're not going to work this time. They're not going to work this time because we're going to come out in our numbers. We're going to come out in our numbers. And we're going to come out early. We're going to come out early. And we're going to vote them out. They already see the warning. They're already feeling the pressure. And that is why they're already trying all kind of machinations. Oh, imagine somebody already resigned and have come back to be working in the electoral office. How? When? Where? No, that cannot happen. That cannot happen. And we are saying this election is going to be a historic election. It is going to be a historic election. And I want all of you to understand the importance of what we're talking about here. No ordinary election. Because as we know, if this election does not change the government, we understand that Nevis would have lost its way. Nevis would have lost its way. And so it's up to you. It's up to you. And those of you who are going to be coming home, when you come home, I'll have someone take you up to the hospital so that you can see what you were seeing was fake. We'll have people take you around to the roads that they say they're fixing. And they fix one today and tomorrow it needs fixing again. We'll take you to the Munda track and see where our children have no restroom facilities, have no proper change rooms, etc. And so when they say that they're developing Nevis, NRP knows what development of Nevis is about. NRP understands what development is about. And NRP knows that when you repair something, that's not development. When you fix something, that's not development. When you have to a project, that is not development. When you present a project like the Four Seasons, when you deliver the NEPAC, when you deliver the sixth form college, when you look at what Nevis does with regards to water and electricity, that is development. And that is what NRP wants to bring to the people of Nevis once again. So on December 12th, each of you come out, encourage your brother, your sister, your uncle. And I am counting on the people of Hamilton. I am counting on the people of Hamilton. The people of Hamilton, we are counting on you. We are counting on you to ensure that the change begins in number one and we continue around the island. Everybody, thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We decided to start soft tonight and end with the rumble. So thank you everyone for listening and enjoy the rest of the evening. Remember, change must come. Change.
It's been a long time coming, but I know change won't come. Oh, it's real. It's been a long time coming, but I know change won't come.
Yeah. Change must come. Change must come. Change must come. I see leadership. I see leadership. Come Compassionate and informed, are you see leadership? Understanding what is required. That is Dr. Janice Daniel-Hodge. And I get accustomed to saying Madam Premier. Get accustomed to saying Madam Premier. Because come December 12th, we're rolling heavy. Tell them it's enough, we got the blueprint. We got the green print, blueprint, whatever kind of print they want to call it. We have the blueprint. The development status of Nevis is because NRP. How we start the thing, the father of modern day Nevis, Dr. Simeon Daniel, Potter just left the stage. What else could you ask for? And get ready for our first female premier. Thank you, Dr. Daniel-Hodge, and we're going to get ready for the doc with the right prescription. They said the doc is about to open a surgery over there in St. John's, and she's about to dissect a situation over there that needs remedying. She's about to bring the answer to the question: who will remove the current premier? Who is going to send him home? So she done put on she gloves. She got on she gown. She got on she cap. Scalpel in hand. Because she's about to dissect a situation. A situation that you have been asking to be remedied for a long, long time. So the doc with the right prescription, got the right injection, got the right kind of energy, got the right substance. So I want you now to welcome the doc. Welcome the doc, and I'm hearing you. Welcome the doc to the platform. Welcome the next parliamentary representative out of St. John's, Nevis 2, Doctor, the real Doctor, Patricia Bartlett.
I've been battered, bruised and torn, but I'm still here. Some days my life was filled with fear. Oh, but I'm still here. So many times I had to fight just to stay in the right. I have failed so many times, but I'm still here. I had many disappointments, but I am still here.
Good night, Hamilton. Hamilton, I'm still here. I've come to tell you I am still here. Yes. Never mind the attacks, I am still here. And I brought a message from Judy. Judy said to tell you don't worry about her because she is still here too. Now, Hamilton, I've come to say thank you. I have to say thank you. Because the last time I came to Hamilton, I was begging you. I was asking you for your vote, and you responded. Since the federal elections, I would have met some of you, I would have called some of you, and I would have expressed thanks. And to those whom I would not have reached, tonight I want to take the opportunity to say thank you, Hamilton. Thank you. But tonight is not about me. Tonight is about Jaedee. So, the same support that you gave me, plus some,
I want you to transfer that to Jaedee's account. Hamilton, transfer the support to Jaedee's account. Because if you don't, Hamilton, transfer the support to Jaedee's account. I'm going to leave it right there and come back to that later. Now, Jaedee is as progressive as they come. You can't want a more progressive young woman. I see Jaedee with 2 children, hustling and bustling here, there, work, extracurricular activities. She has to be at concerts, sports meet. I don't know where Jaedee get all this energy from, but trust me, she has more than enough. She's like the Energizer Bunny in the group. So Hamilton, nobody gonna sleep on the work when it comes to you, because you're gonna have an energized representative in Jaedee. Now, I'm not saying that other people don't have energy, mind you. All I'm saying is they can't match Jaedee. They can't match Jaedee. So if you're looking someone who is really going to make sure that your business gets done, make sure on the 12th of December, you put your ex next to Jaedee's name. And if you can't spell Jaedee, I think it would be Keynes. But just in case, just look for the bottle. Look for the bottle and put your X next to it. You can't hear me? Lord, me try. I'm trying hard. I'm trying. But look, I've come here tonight, Hamilton, to tell you that deliverance is on the way. We have a team, a new NRP team, that has set about the business and the mission of rescuing Nevis. So on December 12th, we are going to deliver Nevis just like how the Israelites were delivered. We want to deliver us. And I say us because I'm involved in all of this too. I have a stake here. But I want to deliver some bad governance. Bad governance. You heard my leader talk about some of the ways. Because if you go down to the bottom of your hill right here, down close to the hospital, you're going to see that they have a steel frame there that has been there since thy kingdom come. And it is rotten. And a contractor friend of mine told me that a frame like that costs like $3 million. And the thing is, it's not just that frame, If you go down Pennies, closer down to Occasions area, there's another one down there in the bushes. Another $3 million there. So you know what that means? We have a bunch of people who have been wasting our monies. Now, suppose they weren't wasting so much money. You know how much that $6 million could have done? You know how much $6 million could have done for your children who are going to school and have to pay for their meals? You know how many people needed help in that period of time to go away because they got sick? And they had to wait and wait and wait and beg a little here and beg a little there because they couldn't afford to go. That $6 million could have helped them too. So we have to make sure that we deliver our people from bad governance. We have to also deliver our people from the constant lying, because my grandmother said, wherever you find a liar, you find a thief. Wherever you find a liar, you find a thief. And so we have to deliver Nevis from that. We have a lot of praying to do. And those of us who have been praying, you have to start praying even more. Because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work we have to do. We have to deliver Nevis from corruption. And the bullying. Who could put aside the bullying? Huh? Money come to you as a civil servant, 10%, and a man just take 5 because he's big and he bad and nobody could do nothing about it. That is bullying. And we go around the schools telling children, don't bully, and we have all these programs for these kids. What we gonna do about them? Send them home. We send them home first because they have no behavior.
Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Yeah, let's get rid of them. You can't go in around bullying big people. Huh? We put you there to do a job. You don't go in around bully people, cussing everybody. You just walk past and they want to cuss you. They cuss the church. They cuss poor me. They cuss everybody. Who is next for them to curse? That is bullying, and we cannot tolerate it any longer. So we're going to have to deliver Nevis from all of that.
Better days are coming, coming, change your ways. But this moment pass you by and remain the same.
Because you see, those of us who live here, we have eyes to see. We have ears to hear, because sometimes even if we ain't see it, somebody tell us about it. It's about time. It's about time we wake up. Visions, we have to wake up. Yes, that is what happens when you rob the poor. You cannot live well. We have witnessed a gang, because that is what the Prime Minister referred to them as. So I think that I could do that too. We have a gang that has been operating in the NIA. A gang operating gangster style. Gangster style. Or people would say mafia style. No, that is not a reflection. And people like to say the people who represent you are the people who reflect in your values. They don't reflect our values, so that's why we have to get rid of them. Those are not the values that were brought up. We should behave better. We should treat our people better. But you see, the problem is some of us we do not demand better. It's about time the vision step up and demand better. Look at Judy. Judy stood up to them. He said, this is what the standard is. When we set a standard for all of us ought to conform. And so it means that all of you who think that your rights have been trodden on, you need to stand up. You need to stand up. DJ man, where you? DJ man, you need to stand up.
Get up, stand up. Stand up for your right. Get up, stand up.
So you see, on December 12th, you're going to at least serve them the first increment. On December 12th, come out and vote against all of these things that we say we don't want in our society. Or else you're not going to get a change. You can't stay home and get it. That is not where change comes. Change comes at the ballot box. And the ballot box not home in your yard. It's not in front of your gate. You have to go find it. And we're going to publish the places you need to go to get that done. So you have no excuse. Those of you who cannot go by yourself, ask for assistance early. We're going to come and get you there. So by December 13, we shouldn't be still complaining about the same thing. If we still complain about the same thing in 2023, then I tell you, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear no excuse from nobody. I don't want to hear any complaints from nobody if we do not change the government on December 12th, because it means that you're satisfied with it. If you're not satisfied with it, come out and vote. For too long, we're staying home, man. We're staying home, expecting other people to make decisions for us. I mean, let me make the sacrifices. I can take it. Let them come after me. That's okay. That's only a distraction. We know that. They come after me because it's a distraction. Because they don't want to answer them. When you ask a question about the 500 million, they get silent. They don't think they should answer you. So you ask, where is the 500 million? They say, oh, watch Pat, she can vote for me. No. They peddle that kind of foolishness to you. You have sense. Eh? You have sense. You think I can take all that abuse to go vote for somebody who have no use for us? Eh? That makes no sense. But it's just a distraction. So I'm appealing to all people, stop focus on the distraction, man. Stop focus on the distraction. So when they come and you ask them the question, if they can't answer where the 500 million gone, go on to ask them the next question. Go Go ahead, ask them where your 5% gone. And if they can't answer that, go ahead and ask them about the Alexander Hospital. There should be answers to something. They should be made to answer to something. We asked about the area representative and his $120 million assigned to one family. And nobody's want to say nothing to us. I have not heard one explanation for that up to now. But they want to bring back the same person. They want to bring back the same person and stand up in front of you and say, yeah, just vote for me. Just vote for me because NRP a cuss. Now, NRP, maybe I'm not going to say that NRP never used to cuss. But this new NRP ain't got no time for that. We ain't got no time for the cussing. There are just too many issues in Nevis right now that need to be resolved. We ain't got no time for cussing. We ain't got no time for cussing. They don't know the place. You have a team here, a well-composed team. I mean, you're talking about experience. You're talking about education. You're talking about empathy. What more do you want? All in one package. Don't know the place. Talk about NRP cussing. You ain't gonna hear no cussing here. Ideas, plans. And guess what? They just like to tease because they don't know better. They tease you so you could release your plans so they could get it and run with it. But what? We can release now, and we have been releasing, so they could take lesson. Tell them line up and take lesson. Because it's foolishness they've been doing for the past 10 years. No plan. How you expect to develop a country without a plan? Huh? Just as you go, you put things there, you're reacting here. Somebody say, criticize you that the road over there and do. You ain't have a road maintenance plan. You just run and show a little tired here. The rain come a little later and wash it out. Next week, you got the same problem because there's no development plan. And that's what we are saying. We need that. That is what NRP is proposing to our people. So tomorrow when I walk to Brown Hill, I have a little brochure there that captures the ideas. I'm presenting to my people what I want to do in each one of the areas that I know affect them. If there are other areas that are not included, I ask for a conversation. I'm like, tell me what I am not representing here. And that is the way towards development. You must consult with your people. Not just come, and you know how many people are saying, yo, I only see Premier now. 5 years later, I may just see a here come back. Because they recognize now that people are waking up. Yes. And so Hamilton, you have a duty to question them when they come. Because NRP coming with a plan, they're not supposed to get no freebies. They're not supposed to get no buys. No buys in this game. They have to make runs, and they have not been performing. And I don't have a lot of time tonight, so I'm going to get... Yes, they have never gone by Jaedee. They have never had a conversation. So they wouldn't know the kind of things, the kind of values that Jaedee would have and would want reflected in them because they represent her. So they don't go by Jaedee. They go by the rum shop. And they say, you know what? Let us drunk them and fool them. But you know what? We're not going to stand for that this time. We're not going to stand for that this time. You have family members who you should care enough about to have the conversations with them. So when they come in, run them. Run them with the rum, just like how Jaedee would have stood up to them over there. Run them with the rum. Tell them come with ideas. Tell them come with plans. So I want to make some... I'm not making promises. I'm not making promises. I'm not that kind of politician. I've said to people, I make commitments. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. You give me 5 years to do it, and I couldn't complete it in 5 years, I must have a reason why I didn't get it done in the period of time I told you. If not, then send me home too. But all I'm asking you for now is to make sure that you give us the opportunity to serve. Because service is not something that is foreign to me. And it definitely is not something that is foreign to Jaedee or the other team players here in the new NRP. Because I have made some commitments that anyone who knows me would know. that when I decide that I'm going to do something on principle, I take a stand, and there's where I stick and stay. I'm not moving. I don't waver when it comes to principle. And I can assure you that if you were to invest your trust in Jaedee as your representative, I would hold her feet to the fire as much as I hold the present representative's feet to the fire. I can assure you that personally, if I were to see anything, any kind of impropriety within my group, I would be the first one to blow the whistle, because I don't stand for them kind of foolishness there. I do not compromise on my integrity. And I have trusted these people, that's why I associate with them. And so I don't expect them to lay me down, and I don't expect them to break your trust either. Because we know once you break trust, that's it. Relationship over. Sometimes we pretend like we could still go along, but once you break trust, for me, your trust is sacred. And I'm going to say to Jaedee, when you make promises to the people of St. Paul's, make sure that you're in a position to deliver. So Hamilton, I am here tonight just to support Jaedee. I am here to recommend to you that this is somebody who is going to represent your interests. Now, we have talked about our plans for agriculture. And for those who may not have heard them, we are going to have some brochures. But just we don't want to be repetitive, and then some people don't get on to the other things. So we are going to distribute our plans. First, we're going to put them on the internet. We're going to put them in social media, in that arena. And then we're going to make sure that we deliver them to your homes. So all of us would be on the same page. Come December 12th, you know where we stand on all of the issues. So St. Paul's, I've come to say to you that it is time for change. St. Paul's, I'm not saying just change just for the sake of change. I'm talking about change you're right for your children's future. But we're talking about a change to put Nevis on a new path. Change to steer Nevis in a new direction. And that is our team, a new direction. We have a strong team and we are geared up to work for you. But you have to employ us. You're going to get the opportunity to employ us on December the 12th. So St. Paul's, I'm appealing to you to please support Jaedee. Support Jaedee Caines. She has a history of serving the community. I have a history of serving the community. My other colleagues have a history of serving the community. We are servers. And we serve with humility. Ain't no big, we ain't no boasting people. We bright, but we're not boasting. You understand? We do not go around humiliating people. We do not speak down to people. We're all human beings. And I try to speak to you just the same way I would speak to the pets, right? Because they're the ones who have been trained to speak to. But I hope that you would have received my message tonight, and so I'm going to do my roll call. So St. Paul's, where are you? St. Thomas's! St. James's! St. George's! St. John's! Thanks for the support. Thanks for coming out. God bless.
So you ring the bell.
Yeah. Since you ring the bell. That was the doc with the right prescription. Come on, make some noise for the doc. And remember, the doc said must focus. So I want you to be focused. And as the young people in the party just say, I want you focused and militant. Some people afraid to tell I, but I'm telling you, afraid to be focused and militant. I tell I already again, if they show up in the line and I don't know them, ask them a question. If they show up in the line and they can't tell you where they come from and where they're going to go vote in English, Ask them a question. And if you're not satisfied, be gentle. But have them excuse themselves. Listen, this time as the visions, whether you're a resident or you come here from wherever you come, because we welcome all. I tell you already, this umbrella is a big umbrella. We welcome you whether you vote blue, pink, orange or purple. The green team is a welcoming team. We're a loving team. So I want to tell those that call non-nationals, I say my brothers and sisters from across the region, Nevis is home to you. And you deserve everything that Nevisians themselves get. So when they come and they tell you, we don't like you, tell them I said a lie. Tell them I said a lie. Tell them I said it was the NRP who reduced their work permit. Tell them I said it was the CCM who put it back up and then call amnesty and said they're dropping the price. Tell them I say they lie. Tell them it was the NRP who leveled the playing field in medical services. They don't pay a different rate. Well, how are we going to hate you when you're not paying a different rate? Where else in the world you go? And natural citizens and people who come and settle get the same treatment. You'll go America, see society work. Go England, see for society work. Right here in Nevis, under the Nevis Reformation Party, we did that. So when they tell you we don't like you, tell them I say they lie. It is the NRP who made it possible for you to go to public schools without any issues. How are we going to hate you? For what? There is no good reason for this NRP to dislike you. We love you. We love you, we love you, we love you. You know why? We love you so much that we know you're going out on December 12th and you're going to vote in overwhelming numbers for the Nevis Reformation Party. Well, we're calling the deputy leader. And every time I come to the podium, one thing I'm going to tell you. I hear them say Nevis 5 is a battleground. But I want to tell you again, Nevis 5 is sure ground. Sure ground belonging to the representative dear and Cleon Stapleton Simmons. Battle war. Which battle? Oh, what battle? Let me tell you something here. The only battle going on in St. Thomas is to see what kind of beating we can put down on the opposition. That is the only battle going on out there. That is the only battle going on out there. Because I don't care what they try and I don't care what they do. I'm telling them no tricks, no gimmicks, Cleon sharing, pure licks in St. Thomas's. So how you come? Come on. When I done go to Lincoln Brett and Nevis and go up on the media and say when I be like a cuss, tell them I don't interfere with people. Tell them I don't interfere with people. Are you going to drag Isles name all about the place? And when I have been satisfied, I call your wife too. But I got a black book. I got a black book. And I'm going to tell her the only thing to save her from the black book that them 4 women that stand behind me. That is the only thing to save her from the black book. Because any day of the week I feel like only I one got tongue. I continue come. I continue come. I like to hit and then cry. I want to hit people and they hide and say, oh, they're my cousin. They're always a cousin, like the cousin. I still waiting for you to come with some plans and policies that are going to elevate the people. Whole campaign and I can bring one plan. But I want to say we cussing. Well, Jaedee coming, you know. Number one coming. So if I think cussing start, well, wait till number one come with plans and policies. Because that's the only cussing we're doing. Plans, policies, and programs, we ain't got time for nothing else. So I want you now to welcome to the platform the Queen in number 5. the next remaining outstanding political deputy leader and Nevis' first deputy premier. Please welcome to the podium my friend and colleague, the Honorable Cleon Stapleton Simmons.
I say we tired, oh Lord, we tired. We want to change, we tired. Oh, I say we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we can't take it again. I'm on, we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we tired, and we can't take it again. So we moving forward, forward, forward. Move the country forward, forward, forward. With NRP forward, forward, forward. How we going forward, forward, forward. Too long. It's lies and mama guys. Too long. Empty promises in my eyes. Too long. You ignoring the people cries. Too long. All your days since 2013. You don't do nothing. Only when election time coming. That's when poor people does get something. From all that bitch and passport you selling. Them actions they telling. All you feel like Nevisians begging. It's time to call off the wedding. We don't meet that this time it ain't working. Because we tired and we tired and we tired and we tired and we can't take it again.
Good evening, St. Paul's. Good evening, my good NRP family. Good evening to Miss Jaedee Caines, number one in number one. NRP, are you ready? Y'all sure you're ready? Because, my friends, I can tell you, I feel confident. I feel so confident, so amazing, so wonderful. You know, some of my family have been asking me, Cleon, I hope NRP win this time. And I said, don't worry. NRP got this one. NRP got this one. My friends, I am here this evening to lend my support to Miss Jaedee Caines. She's my schoolmate, so I know her very well. And I want to say to you this evening, the good people of St. Paul's, in Jaedee, you have a committed representative. In Jaedee, you have someone who knows what it is like to struggle. You see, because some people claim that they go up in real struggle, but I believe that they have forgotten, because these days nobody could touch them. They are so far above the rest of us that you can't even touch them. They don't understand. But I want to say that Jaedee, just like me and many of you, she understands where Nevis is at. She understands that she has a mission, a big mission, a big job. That is what Jaedee has. And so I want to say to you this evening, St. Paul's, that you should have every confidence and every belief in your next representative. Because you see, my friends, there are some people in this country who have become so complacent that for some reason they feel Nevis belongs to them. They also feel that the opposition is dead. But we want to say to them that the NRP is coming with a force. A force to be reckoned with. And I want to say to you this evening that Jaedee is a part of that force. My friends, she's not easy, you know. She's not easy because she's a fighter. And she has to be a fighter. Because guess what? She's from St. Paul's. I see one of our
future national heroes in the audience this evening. You all know who I'm talking about? You all know who I'm talking about? Who am I talking about, NRP? Who am I talking about? I can't hear you. Who? Yes, the great sportsman, Mr. El Camino Tonito Willett. And I am here to say to you, in honor to him and his service and dedication to Nevis, because St. Paul's, did you know, he helped to put Nevis on the map too. NRP is committed to ensure that while he is alive, he will be knighted as a national hero in this country. So my friends, you can look forward to that. So I am telling you, yes, we definitely, Auntie Patsy, we definitely will fix up the park. Because we can't have the park named after Mr. Willett and look like that. No. So NRP is committed to doing that. Now this evening, as I lend support to Jaedee, I want to say to you all that the theme for this evening is action. Action plan. NRP is ready for action. That is the key word. It is something that is very, very scarce in this little island of Nevis. Action. Now, when we were at Rollins last night, some persons engaged me. And they said, Cleon, NRP keeps saying that CCM has not done anything. I say, okay. Well, yes, we agree. They have done some things. But we are saying all they have done is what they are supposed to do. You elect a government, you expect them to do roads. You expect them to do some things. But we are saying to the people of Nevis and the people of St. Paul's, that is not good enough. That is not good enough, my friends. It's bothering me, so I have to take it out. That is not good enough for us here in Nevis. It is not good enough for the Nevis Reformation Party. Because I can say to you, my dear friends, NRP, we are not just about governance. When you elect us, yes, we will be in government. But we are interested in pushing a progressive development plan for Nevis. It is needed. It is well needed. The CCM administration has been in government now for a decade. Y'all know what a decade is? Y'all know what a decade is? 10 whopping years. That's a long time. That's a very long time, my friends. And so, we have to ask this question. Where is the progressive record? That's all we're asking, you know. We're not asking for much. We are just saying, if you're coming back to the people at this time and you're asking for another 5 years, tell us what you have done in the last 10 years. So you hear them coming and they say, oh, we have plans for you. We have plans. We are going to bring this, and we are going to bring that, and we are going to finish all the projects that they have started. Now I'm asking you, my friends, in the past 10 years, you must ask them, what stopped you from completing the projects? What? Tell the people the reason why you have not completed the projects. But my friends, have no fear. Have no fear. Because as I told you last evening, NRP will fix it.
Better days are coming, change your ways. But this moment pass you by and remain the same.
All of those projects that you see are unfinished. NRP is committed to completing them. My friends, I am just asking you to walk with me just a short few steps down the road. You all see the hospital? Your city hospital? Man, no, I want to know if I really city hospital. Your city extension? It's in St. Paul's. We have to talk about it because it is in St. Paul's. And you know what? I am told that the extension of the new wing for the hospital was designed by some kind of brand. I don't know what kind of brand it was, but perhaps it could not have been a name brand if they can't finish it yet. Could not have been a name brand. So my friends, I want to ask them, which brand did that? Which brand did that? You see, my friends, therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. Perhaps it is because a brand who designed it, why he can't finish it? We don't know. But we are committed to completing it. Because we understand that our people, our dear people, the good people of St. Paul's, the good people of St. Thomas's, the good people of St. George's and St. James's and the entire island of Nevis, we need solid health care in this country. And that is what the NRP is committed to bring in. Now, my friends, some people have said to me, Cleon, we're not hearing NRP plans. And I want to know if they're deaf. Every single night we come here and we talk and we say what we are going to do for the people of Nevis. And yet still, there are some people out there who say, oh, well, we don't NRP not telling the people what they're going to do. Well, are you deaf? Are you deaf? We have been talking. So let me say it again, my friends. For those who can't hear and can't understand. NRP intend to bring health care to the highest standard to the people of Nevis. We are tired of CCM promises and empty promises. We understand that our people can no longer continue to die and suffer from renal failure in this country. We understand that we must be able to provide a service in healthcare to address this issue. My friends, we understand that our doctors are nurses and we need more nurses, so we understand that. So we have a plan in place to ensure that we can recruit nurses in this country. My friends, I want to say to you that NRP is committed to ensuring that the Alexandra Hospital and the other health centers around Nevis, that they can save lives, that they are in a position equipped with the necessary equipment and facilities to save lives. That is not a promise, my friends. That is an undertaking, and you can hold us to that. Now, my friends, when we talk about education, and during my canvassing this afternoon, I was talking to some young people. And they said to me, Cleon, in tourism, people need training. A lot of times, people are relying on their own experiences. But that is not enough. Our people need training. I said, don't worry, my friend. Don't worry. All you have to do, your job is easy. All you have to do, on December 12th, vote for the Nevis Reformation Party. Wherever you see the bottle, put your X. Because you know what the NRP plan to do for education? The NRP intends to bring a state-of-the-art training institute here in Nevis. We are going to take tertiary education to the next level. We see the other side say, oh, we put a technical wing at the Charleston Secondary School and one at the Gingerland High School. And we are saying to you, does that make sense? Does that make sense? As Papa is asking, who in them? School children. But what about those persons who are adults and they want to continue their education here in Nevis? They want to be trained, but they cannot afford to go overseas because of other commitments. Like Papa, yes, we're saying that we are going to ensure that we have a facility here to provide training and further education, short courses for the people of Nevis. We must be able to invest in our people. My friends, I want to say to you, NRP is not going to stop there. We can't stop there. We have a lot of work to do. We're ready to work. We just want them to step aside. We want them to step aside. So my friends, come December 12th, come out early. Come out in your numbers. Bring your friend, your sister, your brother, mother, cousin, everybody, your children too. And we want to make sure that we can call the election in all constituencies by 12 p.m. My friends, we have to come out because NRP, Jaedee Caines, wants you to gain with her. The esteemed leader, she has some plans for development, and I'm talking about progressive development in Nevis. We understand that our economy has been stagnant for far too long. Y'all want to hear a joke? I want to take you all back down to memory lane. Y'all remember the federal election on August 5th? Y'all remember the election for sure? Well, let me just, for those who didn't remember, let me jog your memory a little bit. Y'all remember one of the speaking points for the other side was the fair share issue? And y'all remember them coming up and down the place and telling the Visions, oh, give us another chance because due to COVID we lost 2 years? Well, my friends, follow me. If it is that during COVID, and during that election, your talking point was that you lost 2 years of the economy, so you couldn't do anything. How now in December, you're coming to tell the people of Nevis, oh, it is the best performance they have received from CCM. Y'all see the hypocrisy? Y'all see the inconsistency? Y'all see the deceit? I'm telling you, they don't know what they're saying, so y'all have to listen. Listen well. Don't allow your memory to fail you. If in August you were saying, listen, things real bad, we're not getting our fair share, we couldn't perform. Well, how now in December of the same year you come telling us, oh, our performance was so great, we executed well, oh, the economy is going. But you're not the same one who said that all those things weren't happening. You are the same one. You said it, not NRP. He said it. All of them said it. They said it in Parliament. They said it on social media and on their platform. So you all can't afford to let people fool you. Remember what they told you. The script is not consistent. People, we have to wake up. People are telling you things when it suits their agenda. Don't let them fool you. You cannot afford to be deceived and misled in this election. But I am here to say to you, my friends, that NRP has been consistent. Consistent all through. Our programs, our plans, our ideas, our initiatives, they have not changed. We have said to you over and over and over again that we are committed to progressive development in this country. We have said to you, the good people of St. Paul's and the good people of Nevis, that we understand our economy is not going anywhere. The NIA is bankrupt. So we intend to fix that. And how we are going to fix it, my friends? First of all, we are going to strengthen our tourism product. We have to do that. We understand that the time has now come for us to bring another 5-star hotel to the shores of Nevis.
Better days are coming, change your ways. But this moment pass you by and remain.
My friends, NRP did it already. and we can do it again. We are ready to negotiate and negotiate on a large scale. My friends, NRP already started working on a 30-year tourism plan, tourism development plan for this country. When it comes to construction and infrastructure, my friends, we cannot go anywhere in terms of progressive development without doing the South Coast Road. We have to find a way to link Long Point and Gingerland. And that is what we are going to deliver. Some people heard us talking about it. They don't even understand the plan and the vision, but they come talking about it too. Carbon copy, imitation copy. But we are here to say to you this evening that in order for us to mobilize and rejuvenate our economy, we understand that we have to invest in that road. We have to do that road, and we shall do it. We must put that infrastructure in place. You see, my friends, because there are many opportunities for the people who have invested in lands over in the South. Many opportunities for them. I heard the young guys from Gingerland complaining because an election is pending. Now, as you look around Nevis, all you see people on every corner of the road cutting grass. All in the night time, they're cutting grass. But I'm saying we cannot continue to use that approach for our people. And when you look at it, it is the same set of people, the same set of fellas, CCM supporters. Well, what happened to the rest of us? What happened to the rest of us? So we are saying to the young people of St. Paul's and the entire island of Nevis, that we are committed to securing jobs for you. And we are going to do so by investing in the construction industry. My friends, when we look at the economy, we understand that there is need for economic diversification. Y'all following me? Because one of people going to say, oh, NRP not talking about the plans, you know. And I'm tired of hearing them because I keep talking. Every night I come here and I say, this is what we intend to do. People listen. People follow. People become motivated. Believe in us. We are appealing to you to believe in us. Because there is better out there. There is a lot better out there, and Nevisions will deserve better. So my friends, I just want to say to you this evening, as I come, humble, very humble, on behalf of my colleague Jaedee St. Paul's, I want you to give her a chance. She's not alone in this race. She is not alone in this race. I want you to give her the opportunity to serve you. Because I know Jaedee will serve you well. I know Jaedee is passionate. I know she is ready. I know she has proven herself time and time again. Can you imagine what Culturama this year would have been like if Jaedee never invested in her troop? Can you all imagine? Y'all went to the parade? Oh, you see the piece of parade that it was? I said to myself, boy, if you minus Jaedee and her troop, what parade really this is? Nothing, I'm telling you. So, my friends in St. Paul, you have seen Jaedee's work in the community. She took it upon herself as a single mother to ensure that she can contribute to the cultural development of this country. And she has done well. And we must applaud her. So let us applaud her this evening, my friends. She has done well. My friends, NRP is all about youth. So I am asking you to give this young lady a chance. Give her the opportunity to serve you while she is alive and filled with vigor and energy. She is willing and she is dedicated. My friends, Nevis need change. Nevis need change. I believe that is the one thing that we can all agree on as Nevisians. Whether you support the green team or the blue team, one thing we can all say, we all need change in this country.
It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will.
So my friends, the road to change is easy. It's easy. All you have to do is believe in the Nevis Reformation Party. Believe in Cleon when she tell you the NRP got this one. Full confidence. NRP got this one. Y'all see the people here. Y'all see the energy in St. Paul's tonight. NRP got this one. So my friends, don't call me to ask me, Cleon, you sure NRP gonna win? Yes, we will. Cleon, and oh yes, we will. When? On December 12th. On December 12th. And we want to make sure that we have the victory so early, even before the polls close, that we don't have to go way into December 13th with vote counting. We should be able to conclude this election by 8 p.m. on December 12th. Y'all hear what I'm telling you? Y'all hear me? Papa, you sure you hear me? Because we are ripe and ready. We are green and ready for change. And it will come. Because it must come. So my dear friends, I don't want to keep you much longer, you know. But I want you to know that my full team, we are energized and we are ready. Some people have an issue with the word defend. They have an issue with the word defend. But my friends, if we're in opposition, what are we supposed to do? We in opposition. So if they don't want to defend their seat and they want to sit down there and let NRP come and take it, which we will do, and we must do, let them say the ace for us to take NRP. They don't tell how you have an issue with the word defense, so they ain't defending nothing. So all I'm asking them to do, step aside, move out the way. You don't have to defend anything. We're tired of you. We're ready to get rid of you. Move, step aside. But in St. Thomas says, because I am the incumbent, and I have every confidence, every belief, no matter what they try. No matter what they try. Because you see, the good people of St. Thomas's, they are accustomed to a particular standard, you know. They are accustomed to a particular standard. And I want to say to you that the only person in St. Thomas's in the race who can deliver that type of standard and quality representation can be none other than myself. So we ain't going no further in St. Thomas's. We are not going to go any further in St. Thomas's. Cleon will be and shall be the next representative for St. Thomas's Davis 5. It stops right there. Full stop. Yes, Papa. So St. Paul's, I need some company. St. Thomas's don't take care of business long time. So we need some company. So St. Paul's, I want you now to commit this evening that you are going to send Jaedee to join me. You must send Jaedee to join me. Victory is NRP. And we are ready to take it. Anybody here from St. John's? St. John's, what you doing? What you doing? You're part of the plan? St. John's, you ready? St. John's, you ready to send the doc with the prescription and the injection? St. Paul's, St. John's coming on board too. St. John's will not be left behind. Dr. Patricia Bartlett is not going to be left behind. She is green and ready. And you know what? You know what? Some people feel like they cannot be beaten. And you know, I love the story of the underdog, you know. I love the story of the underdog. Because you're going to watch Patricia creep up and take him out. And we are ready for that. Anybody here from St. James? Anybody here from St. James? St. James is where you? Well, I want to say to you that, boy, history is in the making, you know. Y'all feel it? I really feel it. Oh, you feel it for sure? I really feel it. History is in the making. Some people say, by Cleon, in over 30 years, the St. James constituency have not been won by NRP. We say, boy, change is coming. Change is indeed coming. Because our esteemed leader has been working. And she has been working hard. And she is committed over time, under time, in time, between time. She has been in the constituency and she has been there for the good people of St. James. So my friends, I feel the change. I feel it. So I want to say to you, we're not leaving St. George's behind. Gingerland, we're with you, you know. Because I see some movement up in Gingerland, you know. I see some movement up there. Because Gingerland has a man with a plan in Mr. Rohanel. He's powerful and he's committed. So Gingerland saying, boy, NRP got enough action in the other constituencies. We won't be left behind. We're getting on board too. My friends, I can't wait for December 12th. Y'all see me walking around smiling? Because I'm confident that NRP got this one. We have it. The Nevis Reformation Party will be the next Nevis Island administration. And oh boy, I look forward to that day. So my friends, as I leave you St. Paul's, I want to leave one thing with you. St. Paul's, do not be left behind. Do not be left behind. We are on a road to victory. I want you to be a part of that. So St. Paul's, I present to you the lady who will be coming very shortly. And she has already declared herself as number one in number one. So go out and give her all of your support. Give all of us your support and ensure come December 12th that you go out early and you vote out the CCM party. I love you, NRP. I love your energy. I want to thank you for coming out and supporting us always, and we will not disappoint you. Thank you so much.
I say we tired, oh Lord, we tired.
Oh, energy.
I say we tired, we can't take it again. We tired.
All right, prime time coming just now. Prime time coming just now. Before prime time comes, they're going to 5 minutes of your prime time. You have heard from Dr. Patricia Bartlett. You have heard from the party leader and the next premier. And you have heard just recently from the deputy political leader. Now, over in St. Thomas's, they like to say, you need somebody in cabinet for things to happen for St. Thomas's. But St. Thomas's, don't forget that they were in cabinet for 24 of the 39 years, and you still struggled. But then that's what I want to tell you. Since they're telling you, you need somebody in parliament, Gingerland want one too. Gingerland want one. I don't know if he's sitting in parliament, but in cabinet, but I'm telling you, Gingerland want one. Gingerland, get ready. Your representative is coming. I want to ask you a few questions before I turn over to prime time. In the past 7 years and $20 million later, we still look at a building that says 2.5 times the hospital. I want you to hear me, 7 years, $20 million later. No new health centers, no new development in the health management system. The blessings coming. prime time is coming. I want to ask you, are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? Are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? Now, there were so many of us who suffered during the pandemic. And government refused time and time again to respond to the calls of our people. But just before an election, the light bulb goes off. And all of a sudden, everything that could be done in Nevis is being done in a matter of months. It is time to step away from the politics and the gimmicks. I want to ask you again, are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? The cost of living is out of the reach of many of us. I want to ask you again, are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? I want to remind you in 2008, certain people say, the thermal going to cause an earthquake. They badmouth the program left, right, and center. They write letters to everybody and anybody in the US who would listen. The geothermal can come. If you start bad with them, it can't end good. I want to ask you, are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? This is the same government that has given time and time again hundreds of thousands of dollars to a movie-making company. Well, I want to ask, after the first movie was finished, they couldn't pay for their own accommodations? I want to ask you, are you better off today than you were 10 years ago? And if your answer, as I suspect, is no, then you and I can agree it is time for the CCM to go. It is time for the CCM to go. And it is time for you to vote for the Nevis Reformation Party. Now it's prime time. So I want to invite young Jaedee Caines, who is going to invite and introduce our featured speaker for this evening. Where is young star? Come on. Come on, let's make some noise and welcome.
Lord, where would I be? Where would I be without my mama? Where would I be? Lord, where would I be? Where would I be without my mama?
Good night, Hamilton, good night. How you feeling tonight? My name is Jaedee Caines, and I'm here to represent Jaedee Caines tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you on December 12th to go out and vote for Jaedee Caines. Put your X by Jaedee Caines. If you want difference, you have to Gains with Caines. Gains with Caines. And I want to invite my mommy, Jaedee Caines. Come on up, Jaedee Caines. Give us some encouragement.
All of the pinch together. Nobody can serve you no better. So even before you overcome, Jaedee been a serve you forever. She give the youth pen and paper, cause she care about the future. She's your candidate. With Jaedee, life I get better. She are the realest one for we. When we say realest, nobody but Jaedee. If coming like she home, she chase and pour. She have to serve the whole Queen City. And even if you vote blue, don't worry, Jaedee will serve you with dignity. Cause she are the realest one for we. In St. Paul's, Queen City, you can be pleased with Jaedee in your corner. She making for your son and your daughter. Ready to serve you, she got the full armor. She's a simple you tutor and mother.
Showers of blessing falling on us here in Hamilton. Showers of blessing falling on us here in Hamilton. A moment for me to do my motherly duties. Star, can I please go in the car? Please go in the car. You know I have to
be a mother and before everything else. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the soon-to-be Honorable Jaedee Caines, your next parliamentary representative, and I am reporting for duty. Sure you can. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We have someone who's coming to hold the umbrella for me. Yes, so that I don't feel so restricted. I appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, this area has been my home since the age of 10. I started out in Bath Road, and then I moved to this area when I was just 10 years old. And so you could understand why it's a pleasure for me to be here in Hamilton this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, I know many of you have run for shelter, but don't go home. Stay in your vehicles. You can honk your horns whenever we say something that makes a lot of sense. DJ, I want you to stay with me. You know, I want to tell the people that we are so appreciative that you have been following us night after night after night. We started over in Jessops, where we went to support the Honorable Cleon Stapleton Simmons, and you came with us. Then we moved to Newcastle with Dr. Janice Daniel-Hodge, and you came with us. Last night, we journeyed up to Rollins in St. George to endorse Rohan Isles, and you followed us. And tonight, Hamilton, oh Hamilton, you have come out in your numbers to lend support to your candidate and the next parliamentary representative. And like I told you, my name is Jaedee Caines. Ladies and gentlemen, the NRP is ready to move Nevis forward. The current administration has been in operation for 9 consecutive years. And if they have served us for 9 years, that's 2 elections, if I'm not mistaken, that they have been successful consecutively. If we elect them again, what will be their incentive to perform? Ladies and gentlemen, I am telling you, they will not perform. They will continue to take us for granted, because that this current administration. But don't worry, help is on the way, because change must come.
Better days are coming, change your ways. Will this moment pass you by and remain the same? Better days are coming.
Indeed, better days are coming for all of us here in Hamilton. Better days are coming for the people of Nevis. And if you believe that better days are coming, make some noise wherever you are. Ladies and gentlemen, in the area of education and training, I'll just give you a snapshot of our plans, specifically for the people of this area. Understand that an NRP-led administration, of which Jaedee Caines is a part, will expand the Nevis Sixth Form College.
Jaedee realist one for we. When we say realist, nobody but Jaedee.
We will ensure that it is a community college to include the Nevis Sixth Form College, adult and continuing education. We also have to factor that persons are resident here on the island of Nevis would like to pursue tertiary level education, but for whatever reason they aren't able to. And the Honorable Cleon Stapleton Simmons alluded to that. And so we believe that with our community college, we can provide a space for those persons to facilitate or to get their university degree via distance. That is progress. That is the Nevis Reformation Party. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to ensure that we have a skills training program that makes sense. A skills training program that will revolutionize the island of Nevis. It is important that our young people in particular trained in skills. It is very important because guess what? We don't want any more of our young men going to jail because they have to steal or because they think they have to steal. We want to empower them. We won't just give them a fish. We will teach them how to fish, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Nevis Reformation Party. So if you want skills training, let me hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, I I have committed that for the students, starting with the students of the Charlestown Primary School, we will ensure that you get free breakfast. You will get free breakfast from your parliamentary representative, ladies.
The realest one for we. When we say realest, no money but Jaedee.
This ain't no fake. This ain't no fake things. This is the realest. That is what highlights say. Jaedee are the realest one for we. Ladies and gentlemen, we will ensure that our schools continue to be up. We are not just going to slap on paint when it is time to reopen schools. We are going to have a continuous program of upgrades in our schools. We are also going to ensure that, like the good people of Bath, that Dr. Patricia Bartlett has already committed to taking care of, that the children of Hamilton no longer have to walk to school in the hot sun, ladies and gentlemen. And so they will get free school bus service from their representative. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Nevis Reformation Party. Now, many of us as parents, we put pressure on the teachers. We think that the teachers need to do everything. But the reality is the teachers are overwhelmed in many cases. Many of our teachers have classes with one set of children at the top, and then there's no middle area, and then a lot of children at the bottom. That is the reality. The teacher cannot help everyone with that situation, and especially in classrooms with 15 and 20 and 25 children. And so we recognize that that is an issue, and we are saying to help fix that problem and also to create employment, we want to have some teaching assistants. We want to have some teaching assistants, ladies and gentlemen. Real progress, real change. That is why they call me the realist. Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to ensure that our teachers, just like our nurses who will come too soon, feel that we value and appreciate them. And so, when they go to certain stores, we will have discounts in place for them. And why do we say that? Because no matter what happens, we need teachers. None of us can go around without the teachers. We, the parents, rely on the teachers. And so, teachers, I want you to know that I appreciate you. The Nevis Reformation Party appreciates you. And so, what do you want? You must want gains. And the only way to get gains is by voting for Jaedee Caines.
She had the realest one for we. When we say realest, no money but Jaedee.
Switching quickly to healthcare, ladies and gentlemen. We believe, we recognize that there is need for early recruitment for healthcare. When was the last time you visited our hospital? You must have realized that the people at the hospital look less like me and you and look more like people we see on TV. And guess what? There is nothing wrong with that. What is the long-term plan? What is the long-term plan? Because when people get fed up and they decide to go back to their homes, what are we going to do here on the island of Nevis? So this NRP maintains that we need to have our people trained to be nurses. We need to recruit them at earlier ages so that we can ensure that we replenish the stock of nurses.
Better days are coming, change your ways.
I also told you that we will have incentives for nurses. Well, we need nurses, and nurses need homes. And so we are saying that there are many of the nurses who can pay, but because of how the financial services is set up, it is difficult for them to get loans at the commercial banks. And so we are saying, because you are employed by the Nevis Island Administration, because you are employed by the government rather, we are saying that if you are a nurse and you have the ability to repay, we won't trouble you by sending you to the commercial banks. We will allow you to pay through the Nevis Housing and Land Development Corporation, because that is what it is intended for, to help ordinary man, woman, not for ministers and their friends to reap the benefits. Don't tell me hush you know, because I'm going to talk. Ladies and gentlemen, the health center in Charlestown has been the same since I was a child. I turn around, get a child, and he look the same. It is the same posters on the wall. It is the same set of cribs. If you're not careful, at the same crib sheet. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a problem. And that is not to say that the staff at the health center aren't doing the best that they can. But the reality is, the situation as it is does not afford them the opportunity to deliver for us. Thank you very much. I think I could do without the umbrella for a second, but don't go too far. The situation as it is does not allow them to do as much as they are capable of doing. And so we are saying that in Charlestown, we need an improved health center. We need an upgraded health center. And guess what? It will happen in other constituencies, but we are starting in the capital because we must be number one in number one.
Better days are coming, coming, change your ways. But this moment pass you by.
And let me tell you, once we've upgraded the health center, and remember I told you that we are going to recruit the nurses at an earlier age, guess what else we are going to do? We are going to extend the hours at the health centers. Because guess what? Many of the things that we go to the Alexandra Hospital for really should be done at a health center. And so we want to take some of the pressure away from the Alexandra Hospital. And so we will extend the hours at the health center at least to 6 p.m. in the first instance. Again, creating additional employment for the people of Nevis. That is vision. That is foresight. That is the Nevis Reformation Party. And listen, when we're done with the health centers, right? People gonna cut themselves just to spite, just so that they could go in the health center. That is how nice we're gonna fix it up, because we recognize that healthcare is important. We are not the government that's going to just slap paint on a building and tell you that it is fit for purpose. Not this Nevis Reformation Party. Additionally, in healthcare, we will ensure that just as St. Paul's has the ambulance and emergency services, that we have that mirrored in other constituencies, at least one other area in the first instance on the island of Nevis. And Dr. Patricia Bartlett, Rohan Isles, and Dr. Janice Daniel-Hodge and Cleon continue to speak about this. Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to ensure that our seniors' home is upgraded. What do you want? You must want gains. And the only way to get gains is by voting for Jaedee Caines.
She had the realest one for we. When we say realest, nobody but Jaedee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this administration is square pegs in round holes. But let me tell you something about me. I ain't no square peg in no round hole. I am fit for purpose. And that is why I'm going to tell you that in ICT, we are going to ensure that there is development. That's information and communications technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, when you go to the health center, nobody gonna pull out the book or pull out a piece of paper and write nothing for you. We're going to ensure that it is entered into a database. And if sometime later you have to go to the Alexandra Hospital, you're not writing nothing on the paper for everybody to see your information. They're pulling up the same database from the health center, and all of your information will be there. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, they are inept. They are inept of ideas. They travel all around the world, their passport full, and they ain't bring back a thing, not even an idea for the people of Nevis. But not this one, you know, not this one, because I tell them already, no matter what they do, no matter what they try, not one man gonna bag me in the next election.
Better days are coming, coming, change your ways. But this moment pass you by and remain the same.
And for those of you who do not know, I received formal training in communications, and so I spent some time working at the government's Department of Information before they run me, right? Before they run me. Then I went to ZIZ, they follow me down there, and they run me again. But guess what? Come December 12th, not one of them going to run me. I tell them already, you know. I tell them already the DJ play the right song, because I ain't never scared. Not Jaedee Caines and Delroy Penny Pickney. Not Aunt my granddaughter. I ain't never scared. the profile of the government's Department of Information. Because as it is right now, they only need NNC when they want photo ops. Nobody remembers NNC. Nobody cares about this stuff at NNC. And that is why we have people working for NNC for years and they have not been appointed. That is why they got them working in a building with mole and they don't care about them. But not this administration. And so, one of the things we are going to use the Department of Information to do is to ensure that everybody knows what every single department and ministry is suited for. Because the reality is, as it is right now, a lot of people don't know where to go in government to get certain services done. And so we are going to ensure that since people aren't coming to get the information is coming to them. That is progress. That is the Nevis Reformation Party.
Better days are coming, coming, change your ways. But this moment pass you by.
Now we switch our attention to sports because Hamilton, I didn't come here just to be loud and hype up the place, you know. I come to present my plans because on December 12th, I want to roll out a Hamilton with such a lead that not even Usain Bolt gon' could catch me. And so we switch to sports because we know that this area has a lot of sportsmen and sportswomen. And so we will be upgrading our sporting facilities across Charlestown. Can you imagine after 1100 million years, the Villa Ground still don't have a bathroom? Can you imagine? We have facilities without lights. Now an election is coming. They're running around saying that they're putting up lights. But ladies and gentlemen, that's okay. I thank them for putting up lights because then I will put the programs in place that we could play on those fields. I hear some people on radio bragging and boasting when the children do good in sports. The reality is, it is not your doing. The coaches and the parents and everybody has been working hard to get the children to a certain level. However, our athletes in various disciplines are still disadvantaged because they are not exposed to half of the things that other athletes are exposed to on the regional and international scenes. And so, a progressive NRP government will ensure that we have proper equipment in place for sports. And we need hurdles, starting blocks, jumping beds, you name it. We are going to ensure that not just track and field, but all of our sporting disciplines get attention. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to rename some additional sporting facilities in honor of our sportsmen and women. I believe that it is important for Nevis to be renamed in the landscape of our people, the people who have contributed significantly to its development. And so when we talk about sports, understand that many of our facilities will be renamed in honor of our sportsmen and women. What do you want? You must want gains, and you can only get that by voting for Jaedee Caines.
She had the realest one for we. When we say realest, nobody but Jaedee.
Community and social development, ladies and gentlemen, we will bring back the after-school programs. And we are not just going to limit it to the homework assistance because we know that is needed. But we won't limit it to homework assistance because there are some parents who have the homework thing under control, but they would like to know that their children are actively engaged after school. They could learn how to sew. They could learn how to iron. They could learn all sorts of things. And so we will bring that back. And let me tell you what it does. It ensures that children aren't at home from 3:30 to 5, in some cases, sometimes 6, by themselves until their parents come. These are things that we take for granted. But we in the NRP are going to fix that. And so we will bring back the after-school program. Now, gentlemen in Hamilton, I want you on Government Road, I want you to pay special attention to this one. Because I recognize that in my area, in this area, we have some wonderful fathers. We have some young men who are really trying their best. When you go to school, you see the fathers just as much as you see the mothers. And we appreciate you. And so guess what? You are not going to be left out because your area representative is going to ensure that you are incentivized for the great work that you are doing. And so it means that we will partner with the hardware stores to ensure you get discounts. We will ensure that your names are up on the list as it relates to housing because we appreciate you. We appreciate what you have been doing. And we want more men to be doing what you are doing. I tell you, it takes progress. It takes progressive ideas. It takes Jaedee Caines to bring about the gains.
She had the realest one for we. When we say realist, nobody but Jaedee.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been asking for years. We have been asking for years. And it is a shame to see every single constituency has at least one when we don't even have a half a one. And so I am saying that your next parliamentary representative, someone who is interested and involved in community and social development, will deliver for you that community center that you've been asking for.
She had the realest one for we. When we say realist, nobody but Jaedee.
And don't tell me there is no need for a community center when all the other areas have one. Listen, it is through that same community center that we can run after school programs. It is through that same community center that we can have training, short training courses. It is that same community center that you can rent and the government can get additional income from. So we will deliver for you. I told you I am bringing the gains. You just have to vote for Keynes. Ladies and gentlemen, we also want to ensure that there is a daycare for seniors. And let me tell you what I mean. Many of you don't want to put your elderly parents and grandparents in the flamboyant home. That's okay. But you don't have anyone to care for them in the day, right? And so we are saying you can drop them off, go to work, and pick them up after work. That is one of the things that we will be doing for you. So we aren't just looking out for the young people, we're looking out for the old as well. Are coming down. And so I'm going to switch quickly to housing and road development, and housing and infrastructural development rather. And I am going to say simply, we will make affordable homes affordable again. We will make affordable homes affordable again. We cannot have somebody paying a mortgage of $2,000 or more, or $1,700, and their salary is $2,000. So when you hear them bragging that they have delivered additional homes for Charlestown, ask them at what cost. Ask them at what cost, and ask them how many of our people were able to afford those homes. And it's because of the exorbitant costs associated with these homes why they had to run around and call people. Imagine, before time, housing had a long list. And so they couldn't find, it was too much people asking for homes. But now they had to call people asking them, you don't want a house, you don't want a house, because people simply could not qualify. That is what happens when you're out of touch with your people. You do not know what their social lifestyle is. You do not know what their income is. You don't know what their social status is. And you want to give them mortgages where you are telling poor people, ordinary man and woman, that they must pay a mortgage of $400,000 through the housing corporation. That is madness, and you must ask yourself where the money going. So we will make affordable homes affordable again. And we are going to have revamped designs to meet the new demands. Not because it worked 10 years ago means we have to apply it now. Right now, there are people who can't afford certain things. And so we are going to meet them where they are and give them the opportunity to catch the hand, as we say locally, and add on to what we give them. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Nevis Reformation Party.
Better days are coming. Change your ways.
It is no no secret that this current administration and the current representative have failed us. And let me tell you how this representative have failed us, ladies and gentlemen. The current representative was highly involved in the hospital expansion project, and several years later we have an incomplete hospital. And that is why I told you in Jessups that when you look at the hospital, the state of the hospital, you must remember that the architect is sitting in the cabinet. That is how your representative have failed you. But guess what I will do? I will ensure that that hospital expansion is completed. And I told you all before, the NRP team may need to get additional help to see where we are. Because guess what? That design was such a catastrophe that they have had to knock down walls and do all kind of things. So we might have to get some help to take us forward. And nothing wrong with that, because we don't believe we know everything. But we will fix it. Another way they have failed us is by withholding information about a secret US, withholding information, secret, same thing, a US $44 million project that none of us would have known anything about if Timo had not spilled the beans. Well, guess what? Jaedee will fix that too, because when you elect Jaedee Caines, she will ensure that there are no secret deals. She will ensure that she's not trying to get anything under the table. So it doesn't matter how much choir directing they do on a Sunday. That can't wipe out the secret $44 million US deal. Another way that they have failed us is that they are visiting us once every 5 years. Once every 5 years. But Jaedee will fix that too, because I have committed to having a constituency day where my office will move from whatever building Dr. Daniel-Hodge want to put me in, and he gonna go to the streets, because I will not forget the people who put me there.
She had the realest one for we. When we say realest, nobody but Jaedee. He coming like she home, she chase and...
How else have they failed us? Well, they brag about roads. They say they have delivered roads. But I don't know about you. The last anybody get a lift in my car lately, it might look nice from the outside, but it got a little sound on the inside, because every minute is a pothole. Every minute is a pothole. Sometimes I'm driving to work and I got the phone through the Bluetooth and I'm talking to somebody. I drive in and I'm talking, and then they hear, they say, Jaedee, you got hiccups, man. I said, no, it's a pothole. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to address that, because the roads that they are building look like they were built with quicksand. And so we are saying that is not good enough for the people of Nevis. And so this NRP administration will fix that too.
Better days are coming, change your ways. This moment.
They plaster up something and say they improve drainage in Hamilton. But that's a lie, because every time your neighbor bed, you know. Every time your neighbor bed, you know. And so we are going to ensure that these things don't happen. People of Hamilton, you ain't no less than anybody else. You ain't no less than anybody else. These things can't stand where they live. These things can't happen where they live. Listen, people ask me if my current does go often. I said no, because I live close to the premier. You think me stupid? I recognize that when you live close to them, certain things don't happen to you. But I am saying that the people of Hamilton deserve better. And so pretty soon when you bed, your neighbor ain't gonna know. Ladies and gentlemen, another thing I can tell you, that in the last election campaign, local that is, the current representative told you, the people of Hamilton, that if you vote for him, he will ensure that Hamilton remains a tourist attraction or becomes a tourist attraction again. And if he doesn't do that, you should not vote for him. Well, take a drive up the road on your way home. Take a drive up the road. Those of you who walked here, walk up the road tomorrow. Nice exercise. And come back and tell me if it is a tourist attraction. And so he said, don't vote for him again. So I am telling you, listen to him. Don't give him another chance. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to keep you all night. But I was told that we have 1 or 2 persons and listening who are interested in voting for the NRP, but they are not so familiar with what it is we are saying. So buenas noches, la pública de habla Hispania. Le diga que hay que darle una oportunidad a Jaedee Caines. Darle una oportunidad a Neves Reformation Party. Because we are not going to leave out the Spanish-speaking community. As I wind down, allow me to tell you that when you vote for Jaedee Caines, you will get a fighter. When you vote for Jaedee Caines, you will get a hard worker. When you vote for Jaedee Caines, you will get a community activist. I am someone who has always been involved in community activities. I tell you, I did not just start because I wanted to get involved in elective politics. Check my history. Check my history. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind the people of Hamilton, particularly our young men, the money will come. The money is going to come. The money that they couldn't find for 5 years to give you a job will suddenly appear. They will give you $2,000 now and don't come back for another 5 years. That $2,000 divided by 60 months, which is 5 years, equates to $33 a month. You are worth more than that, people of Hamilton. And so, I am saying, whereas the administration won't be able to hire all of you, and that's okay, we will ensure that we put things in place that the private sector can absorb many of you, and that you will be able to go out and be entrepreneurs as well, because we spoke about the education and training opportunities. So as I wind down, you know I got to bring the energy, and I have to encourage all of you. Some of you are here from other constituencies to vote for my colleagues. And so, let us go to constituency number 2. Let us go to constituency number 2. And I'm asking, do you believe that Dr. Pat has the right prescription for you? And so, if that is your belief, I want you to go out on election day. Go out on election day and move out the sheriff and move in the doctor, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going up the hill. We're going up the hill. We might have to take with time go up because it's a bit of a hill. But we're going to push forward going up the hill. And we are going to elect. We are going to elect a man. We are going to elect a man. A strong man. A man with a plan. We are going to elect Rohan. Ladies and gentlemen, then we're going to go over. We're going to go around the bend. We're going to go around the bend. And we are going to elect. Well, first of all, we're going to push down. We're going to use the same bulldozer that they said they are. And we're going to push them down. I don't tell the DJ, you know. You got to be careful with what song you play with me, you know, because Aunt Mai was my grandmother. So I got to waste, you know, you got to be careful. But we are going to use the same bulldozer and push them down because we want the first female premier. And that person is going to come from number 4, St. James. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to come around with me. Come around with me to NRP Central. Come around to NRP Central. Because I call her the queen for a reason. I call her the queen for a reason. Because guess what? No matter how they shoo about her, they got to bow down and respect her. They got to bow down and respect her. Because guess what? guess what? No matter what they do, no matter what they try, no matter what they cook up, not a soul gone bang Cleon in St. Thomas's.
No, I cannot be moved. I cannot be moved.
No, we reach number one. We reach number one. And this is not the order that the votes gonna come in election night, eh? Because we counting from number one, because we know we gone clear. But we reach number one. And we want to ensure, come on, make some noise under me, DJ. Make some noise under me. We want to ensure that come election day, you add another title to my name. But instead of putting that title after my name, I want it before my name. Ladies and gentlemen, I am prepared to work for you. I am proving that I am willing and I am able. So I want you to make me honorable. Thank you and good night.
Come on, keep it coming.
It's nobody but Jaedee. He coming like she home, she chase and poach. She had to serve the whole Queen City.
Caines with Caines. And I told you prime time was coming. Prime time has come. Well. Is Caines with Caines, number one in number one. We done count number one for the Women's Reformation Party. She has laid out clearly what her plans are, her policies are. She's determined and committed. She's willing and able. And so Hamilton, like the mighty army we know you are, rolled down into Charlestown on the 12th day of December and lift up and elevate your representative. It is time to restore peace, progress, and prosperity to number one. And number one with Jaedee Caines. Let me remind you, tomorrow is General Council at 4 p.m. and then we'll rally in number 2 with the doc with the right prescription. Dr. Patricia Bartlett, we hope to see you there. Remember, Monday 5th, nomination day, we expect to see out in your numbers as you continue to support us. As I always leave, if you voted for NRP and you tried the other team, I understand, but it is time to come home. We welcome you home. Home is where you belong. If you voted for CCM for the past 2 elections, but you feel the squeeze like the rest of us, it is time to give us a try. This umbrella is big enough. It is warm enough. It is loving enough. It is inviting enough. There is enough on this land that you love for all of us to get. If you have voted for NRP, we want to say thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. Continue to vote for us. It has been my absolute pleasure to be your chair tonight. My name is Ron Isles of St. Paul's. I look forward to joining with you in calling my friend and colleague, the Honorable Jaedee Caines. Good night and God bless.
Nobody can serve you no better. So even before you vote out, Jaedee been a serve you forever. She give the youth pen and paper, cause she came out the future.
One, two. Hold for the you want Jaedee, and if the doc is here. Yeah, we're in Brown Hill tomorrow at 8. Join us there. We're in Brown Hill tomorrow at 8 p.m. Is the doc here? So, Jaedee, the Doc Party leader, requests your presence on the stage. So, if you would join.
Everybody, what a night. What a night. And when we say